It was heartwarming to find such a welcome wagon on my return to YouTube, which is good because Classroom of the Elite kind of cools the heart down. Not in a bad way, though. There's a concept that needs explaining. It's not much of a change, but having an intro just felt professional. So another school-based anime, why am I so delighted with this one in particular? Well, for starters, you know how you never see parents in school-based anime? Classroom of the Elite is one of the few cases that gives an explanation, that being, students must live in the dorms and have little contact with the outside world. Such a simple matter, but isn't it nice to have that addressed just every once in a while? They go a step further, though. In order to acquire things like food and entertainment within the school issues points based on various achievements, which I became delighted with because I had wondered for years what would happen if someone took Dead Man Wonderland's point system for people in a confined facility and not do splishy splashy in a kiddie pool of blood. Instead, it does philosophy and psychology. Starting at the very title of each episode, I've deduced that they haven't picked episode titles randomly, particularly from episodes 5 and 12. Hell is Other People, for example, is focused on the girl with severe social anxiety. That checks out. Episode 1. What is evil? Whatever springs from weakness. No idea how that concept relates to the events of the first episode. Perhaps there's some college professor who could spell it out for me in the comments. Fortunately, the series doesn't require you to think too deeply about the titles, but you are required to think deeply about the characters. One of the themes of the series is hidden sides. It'll give you enough time to think you have a handle on 3 individuals before it goes surprise! They're almost completely opposite the people you think they are! This gives the series a ton of rewatch value. Like Gakugurashi, I had to watch it a second time to make sure everything fit just so, and I think it does. My only real issue was one scene involving the lead girl, Horikata, who felt the need to stab the lead guy, Ayanokoji, with a mechanical pencil. I still have no idea what prompted that, though it is notable Horikata spends 90% of her screen time looking like someone urinated in her Cheerios anyhow. Yaw, who makes the fussy face? You do! That being said, that scene I mentioned does prove that, like most things, a little pain doesn't seem to change the lead guy's seemingly bored demeanor. Seriously, I think I saw his expression change twice maybe? As intelligent as the series became, there was still plenty of room for the artist to engage in primal instinct by informing us of his favorite bra size, big. I'll tell you a true story. Part of the reason I watched this a second time is because I wanted my mother to join me, and I told her up front we can skip episode 7 because it is just a swimsuit episode with a minor side story that doesn't really contribute to the overarching plot. I was giving the series points because it quarantined the bulk of its naughty thoughts into that one episode. Little did I realize I accidentally skipped episode 8, my first time watching the series, where girls got massages and the camera was all over that. Something for me to take care of in Movie Maker later. The episode was worth it for one line though. Koenji walked soaked with pool water through a hallway, and when someone told him to dry off, and perhaps you'll find a different translation, but mine announced he never wiped in his life. That could go places. This isn't the first time Koenji rejected the opportunity to do a common sense thing that helps others greatly, which kind of reminds me of you, guy at Walmart not wearing a mask. Now, before I get to the spoilers, I'll sum up my thoughts now. I mentioned at the outset that this has the possibility of chilling the heart a little too. Certainly not to a Goblin Slayer degree, where you just feel dead inside, but it does foster a slight feeling of inherent suspicion of others' motives, so you should ask yourself how you want to feel the rest of the day before sitting down to watch. Beyond that, art's good, the opening song makes for splendid dance music, and it tells a good joke from time to time too, so I'm in favor of watching it. Right, now off to Spoilerland. The other theme of the anime is selflessness versus selfishness. Episode 1 starts with Koenji neglecting to give his seat to an elderly lady, instead giving a long explanation of why he doesn't have to do good for anyone. Ayanokoji, on the other hand, even though we don't know what he would have said if approached with this request, acted to benefit everyone who tried to be friends with him, and will probably be better off than Koenji as a result. But he revealed to the viewer that he is also selfish, and these last moments in the series represent something, an unspoken truth that no one likes to talk about. That sometimes acting for the benefit of others is our most selfish option. Having alliances can become handy later on. An enthusiastic tool is superior to a depressed or agitated tool, so he lends an ear or a hand to his tools when they're in need. It's nothing short of horrible. But really, isn't that what makes him a fascinating specimen? It's in your